Hey guys, Danny here. The reason I've decided to do this live is I figure if I end up recording it and then uploading it, I almost do too many takes because I feel like it has to be perfect. So let's hope this form makes it feel a little bit more authentic or real. So the reason of today's video is I actually just purchased the Sony AKA-CMH1, which is also known as the Chest Mount Harness. The reason I bought this is actually, well, it was on sale, right? So the label price, as you can probably see there, says $39. It was something like $24, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a go. So bear with me as I cut this open, and hopefully not myself. And let's open this up now and see what we actually have in the box or in the packet. So we've got the manual. We've got what looks like the actual bracket or a bracket. And the actual harness itself. So bear with me as I take this out. So what it looks like, and it obviously is the case, what it looks like is it uses Sony's their proprietary buckle system, which makes sense, right? Because it's a Sony product. So when you purchased your camera, you would have got one of these. Not actually, maybe you would have got this case, but you actually would have got these. Let me take this off just really quickly. I need a coin or the such to unscrew it, but you know what I mean. Here we go. Give me 1 second. One of these buckles. So the reason I've actually screwed it onto this housing today is my other camera, which I wanted to use, is actually mounted on my bike, on my mountain bike, and that's the FDR X3000. And my I wanted to actually try out, and you know what, this is probably going to be perfect. I actually plan on trying out having both that and my other camera, which is the AS30V, which is this one, shooting at the same time. So obviously the AS30 doesn't have the mounts, unlike some of the others, like my AS100 and the X3000. Sony are great with their model names, aren't they? But anyway, so I'm going to put this camera in there. I'm going to put the camera straight in there and put this on. Clips on like that. Actually, I already know what I've done this incorrectly. Great. That's what happens when you don't think about things properly. This buckle actually is designed, so this buckle is actually designed to clip onto the chest mount. Bear with me as I get this on, or attempt to get this on. There we go. And from there, we use, this probably makes so much more sense once you've done it, but from there, actually, let's see if this is actually an instruction manual. This would make sense to look at this first. And it is. So this is saying this part actually mounts. It does. So if you see these have little, whoops, if I can do that. These actually have the little notches right there. So those little notches actually line up with that little pin, with that plastic pin. So again, I've done this incorrectly, and you know what? I'm not going to turn this off and re-record, because the point of this was to give some level of realism. So hopefully you watch this before you go and use your harness, and you don't make the silly mistakes that I did. So now that's on there, and that can go on there. So that locks in there. Ah, this is actually pretty great. The more I'm looking at this. And I'm just quickly looking. It's pretty straightforward, but with how great I've been. Okay. So yes. So now this screws onto the thread right there. And this would, and you unlock this, and this would tilt whichever way you want the camera to go. It also has a quick release right there. It says push. Which I'm sure should be very easy. But let's get this harness on and see what it looks like. And it's just like that. It sticks out a bit far for my liking. There is still a bit of movement for it to go back with that. It's probably not much. The weight does feel like it's out the front, but you know what? Hopefully we'll get some nice shots out of it. So I will give this a whirl, and we'll see what it looks like. And in the meantime, you all keep having fun. Have an awesome day, guys. It still says, come on, it shouldn't be this hard.